tell you what, on the internet, you better stay down on the ball because it doesn't come up. Come on, Jim. Let's walk through that. Catch that one.
Good job, Mac.
I've had this coach before. He's really good at defense.
Upshur. I like the way he gets
He doesn't have any seniors.
Okay.
And what I always impressed with, he can pop the ball up here and it'll land on home plate, but he doesn't have his thumb go that way.
Well, he popped it up.
I know, but
go over
normally
the
it goes
fence,
straight
and I was like, how do you do
out.
that?
Normally it goes straight out.
I didn't know he did research.
Hey, coach, you gonna do the meeting first? Amanda, you gonna do the meeting first or after? It doesn't matter. Whenever you announce it. Huh? Let's do it first, then. Let's go ahead and do the announcement. It's still right in line.
No, they're doing the plate meeting, and they'll probably start here in 10 minutes. No, they haven't. But I got the mic right here. I can get this thing started.
Old school and everything. AED still in the session. Yep, probably got in there. I hope not. I hope that. Hey, I got two at one time.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome once again to Lady Red Devil Field on the beautiful campus of Oak Hill High School, where today we are proud to present the very best in WV SSAC softball action as the visiting Lady Buccaneers of Buckhannon-Upshur High School take on our Lady Red Devils. Let's meet today's starting lineups. First, for our guests, the Lady Buccaneers. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 6, Bailey Squires. Batting second and playing catcher, number 2, Peyton Brown. Hitting third and playing pitcher, number 1, Kennedy Marple. Number 4, Madison Nabenshoe.
We welcome you in to tonight's game between Buckhannon-Upshur and Oak Hill. You might have wondered why we toned down the PA announcing when introducing the Buccaneer lineup. That's in part due to the fact that we don't own the Imperial March, and we will probably get a copyright strike on Facebook if you heard it anymore. So we're going to play it safe so as to be able to bring this game to you. Welcome in, everyone, to Oak Hill High School Softball. I'm Luke Sperry, and I'll be with you through all potentially more than 7 innings. I say that because the last time we were here, we had a game between Oak Hill and Shady that lasted 9 innings. 10 innings, actually. Went a little longer than you'd see a Major League Baseball game. So we'll see how long these two teams go at it here tonight. Buckhannon-Upshur, of course, making the trip down from Upshur County down here to Fayette County. I presume it's spring break in both counties. I must admit I'm not privy to the Buckhannon, to the Upshur County school schedule. So we'll have to make do with what we think is the setup for how this game goes. Buckhannon-Upshur will, of course, be in those blue uniforms.
For our Lady Red
And
Devils,
for Oak Hill,
leading off and
they'll be in the
designated player,
black with pinstripes,
number
white
3,
pinstripes at that.
Kennedy King. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 11, Peyton Farrell. Hitting third and playing pitcher, number 3, KK Smith.
So we'll have to just make do
Batting cleanup and playing catcher
here tonight.
number 13,
We've got the Buckhannon-Upshur lineup. You've heard a few of them, but we'll kind of fill you in here as we wait for the
hitting fifth and playing first
music
base,
to kind of halt.
number 5, Riley Donald.
Bailey Squires will be leading off for Buckhannon-Upshur. She'll be in the shortstop position. Peyton Brown will follow, catching Kennedy Marple in the center circle tonight.
Number 18,
Madison Nabenshoe will be the right fielder. Backup Astorius will be out in left. Zoe Burr will be over at third. Charity Talbot over at first. The designated player is Leah Bryant and Christy Fry.
batting eighth and playing
By
left
my
field,
count,
number
should
1,
be out in center.
Terrence Donnelly.
For Oak Hill, it's Kennedy King leading off to be the designated player tonight. Peyton
And
Farrell
batting
will
ninth
follow,
and
batting
playing center field,
second and playing
number
is
7,
shortstop. KK Smith in the center
Bailey
circle will be hitting third. Amy Hollinsworth in the cleanup spot. She'll be behind the plate tonight. Riley Dial will be over at first. She'll be in the fifth spot. Kinsley Scott will be playing second base tonight. She'll be hitting sixth. Ava Emery will be over at third. She'll be in the seventh spot in the order. Cadence Donnelly out in left. And Bailey Hildebrand rounding us out in the ninth spot. With that, we should be just about time to honor our country, and we will do so with the playing of our national
At
anthem.
this time, please stand if you move your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by Oak Hill High School senior Ava Pomeroy.
And with that, they said play ball. And so we shall on a Chamber of Commerce evening here in Oak Hill. You might also notice some extra sounds in the broadcast tonight. We figured out a way to make it a little bit more natural and save you from having so much dead air. And when we have in between innings, you'll still have some, because we do have to mute to make sure that we don't get any copyright infringement strikes against us on YouTube, and we keep these broadcasts up for you. But we've got a field mic down there, so you'll hear a little bit more. You'll be able to hear the umpire, we think. You'll be able to hear some things. Now, of course, if we happen to come upon any extracurriculars, we're going to have to cut that mic off until such time as things have been made a little bit better. But we'll try to get there in due course. Let's start this thing. Let's go. It's Bailey Squires leading it off for Buckhannon-Upshur. She's the shortstop tonight, wearing number 6. Swinging strike, 0-1 on Miss Squires. That's a strike. So quickly an 0-2 count on Braylee Squires, I beg your pardon. Swung on and missed strike 3, and she is the first out of the first inning.
Now batting number 2, Peyton Brown.
I'll bring up Peyton Brown, the catcher here for Buckhannon-Upshur this evening. That's a ball outside. One out count to Peyton Brown. That's swung on. And that's going to be a 1-out single for Peyton Brown.
Now batting number 1, Kennedy Marple.
Kennedy Marple will be the number 3 hitter in the Buckhannon-Upshur lineup. Runner goes. And she's safe at second. A 1 count is a foul ball. To Kennedy Marple. Oh-2 count to Miss Marple. Agatha Christie nowhere to be found, and that's a little bit high. 4-1. The 1-2 is a single. No, it's a double.
Now batting batting for the Lady Buccaneers, number 4, Madison Nabenshoe.
Bring up Madison Nabenshoe with still one out. Great chance here for Buckhannon-Upshur. That's just a tick low, ball 1. And 2 runs will score as that gets into center field. It's a 2 RBI double, and Buckhannon-Upshur has quickly taken a 2-0 lead.
Now batting number 11, Rebecca Pastorius.
Pastorius will stride into the batter's box now. That's outside. Ball 1. That's inside as well. 2-0 count. 2-0 Buckhannon-Upshur with the lead here, top of the first. That's fouled back. And I will not lie to you, I did flinch when that ball was coming back. It wasn't anywhere near me, but it's kind of hard not to when you see a ball immediately coming at your direction, even though I know there's a window and a fence in front of me. Popped up. So that'll be the second out of the inning. Runner will stay put, and that will bring up Zoe
Now
Burr.
hitting for the Lady Buccaneers, number 13, Zoe Burr.
So Zoe gets on with a RBI single, and it's 3-0. Buckhannon-Upshur. That misses for ball 1. Get our scoreboard updated here. There we go. That's another ball. That is popped up out of play.
Two balls, one strike.
Nice pitch, KK.
Evens up the count now at 2-2 against Charity Talbot. The seventh batter in the inning, rather, for Buckhannon-Upshur. The 2-2 pitch is outside, and they'll look down to first, nothing doing. And the count now runs full. It's 3-2.
Three balls, two strikes.
The 3-2 pitch is a ball. It's a walk, so that's A free pass issued by K.K. Smith that will send the runner to second. Then I'll bring up Leah Bryant.
Now batting, number 5, Leah Bryant.
That's a fly out to the right fielder, and that will end the inning, but not before Buckhannon-Upshur scores 3, sending 8 girls to the plate. We've played a half. It's time for the bottom of the first, and we'll have that for you right after this on the New River Network. We're just about set to go here for you on the New River Network. As we've got the bottom of the first due up for you right here. And speaking of being due up, it is Kennedy King, Peyton Farrell, and the pitcher K.K. Smith due up for the Red Devils here in the bottom half of the first inning, trying to respond and get on the board after conceding 3 runs in the opening frame.
Leading off the bottom of the inning for the Lady Red Devils, the designated player, number 30, Kennedy King.
It's Kennedy on Kennedy as Kennedy Marple fires a strike in there as Kennedy King show bunt. It's 0-1. So Kennedy is retired, and that will bring up Peyton Farrell.
Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Peyton Farrell.
And Peyton will wear that one, and she'll get on the painful way.
Now batting the pitcher, number 3, K.K. Smith.
So to bring up K.K. Smith now, she's trying to help her own cause. Runner's going. No, she's not. Had me fooled. That's a ball. And come to find out, I get fooled very easily. A little motion, and I think they're going. That's a strike. One. That's a strike. Runner will stride on down to first on a pass ball. On second, rather. So it's 1-2 on KK. Here with a 1 out, bottom one. Swings and misses at that one. And she is the second out of the inning. They'll bring up Amy Hollinsworth.
The catcher, Amy Hollinsworth.
Amy comes up empty at that one. It's 0-1. It's outside 1-1. It almost doesn't seem real, but this is actually a regional game for these two teams, with the fact being of Quad A being, well, let's face it, a little spread out in parts. This is an important game as Amy comes up empty in that one. It's 1-2 now. This is a regional game, so when we get to the end of the season, we're going to tally up the games between these two teams. And I have to imagine that would impact how these teams are perceived as Amy looks at strike 3, and that will do it. So Oak Hill is unable to respond in the bottom of the first. They'll try to do so in the bottom of the second, but before that, they've got to get to the top, through the top of the second, and we'll have that for you after this on the New River Network.
Number 10, Christine Fry.
So Christine Fry will lead things off here for Buckhannon-Upshur, the number 9 hitter. She squares the bunt and she gets it down. And that's going to find where the Red Devils ain't. That's going to be an infield hit, a bunt hit for Christine.
Now hitting number 6, Braylee Squires.
Then I'll roll us back to the top of the order now for Braylee Squires' second at bat. She struck out her first time up. That's a stolen base on ball 1 to Squires. Outside, ball 2. Then I'll get into center field, a base hit, and they'll wave that runner around, and the runner will score. They'll bring up Peyton Brown as Buckhannon-Upshur now add on. It's 4-0 Buccaneers.
Number 2, Peyton Brown.
It's ball inside. So they'll get the out at first.
Now batting number 1, Kennedy Marple.
As the runner moves down to first, it'll bring up Kennedy Marple. And the first pitch to Kennedy is inside, ball 1. That's a ball out. Ball a little too high. 4-0 Buckhannon-Upshur here, 1 out. That's another ball. Three-zero count. And that's another walk. As Marple gets on, that'll bring up Madison Navanshoe.
Now hitting number 4, Madison Navanshoe.
And that's in there, strike 1 on Navanshoe. Runner did take second. It's a ball. 1-1 count. Popped up and out. That's a big second out, 4-0 kill.
Now hitting number 11, Becca Pastorius.
Becca Pastorius will stand in now. For Buckhannon-Upshur. She popped out her last at bat, and she will look at a ball inside. 1-0. The ball, 2-0. It's a ball inside, 3-0 count now to Pastorius. And Oak Hill in danger of loading the bases up full of Buckhannon-Upshur Lady Buccaneers. And that is ball 4.
Now batting number 13, Zoe Burr.
They'll bring up Zoe Burr. And they're full of Buckhannon-Upshur Buccaneers right here. Already up 4-0 are the visitors, and that's a ball. 1-0. This is the 7th batter of the inning. And that's in the right, and that's now. And we'll go to the bottom of the second on the Nerva Network. Riley Dial will lead things off here in the bottom of the second. And she will be down 0-1. Down the line, foul, 0-2 to Miss Dial. Swung on and fouled back. She'll stay alive. Still 0-2 to Riley Dial. That one misses outside for ball 1. Another ball, and Riley has worked it back now to a 2-2 count. And she'll wear that one. That's the second Oak Hill batter that's been hit in this game. Kinley Scott will be up here for Oak Hill. She'll bat with a runner on first and no one out. That's in there for a strike. And one just off the plate, ball 1. Strike 2.
One ball, 2 strikes.
That's fouled off. Foul ball again. Skinley stays alive here on a 1-2 count. As there was a nasty collision there between first and second. So they're going to rule the lead runner out, I think. Yes. So it'll bring up Ava Emery.
Now batting third baseman.
As Ava looks at a ball outside. One and oh. That's into right field, a base hit. And they'll go to second. She's out at second. So Oak Hill now as Ava Emery reaches. We'll bring up Cadence Donnelly.
Number 1, left fielder, Cadence Donnelly.
It's a little bit high for ball one. It's in a very interesting inning to say the very least for the Red Devils. That's behind. Runner will move up. It's in there for a strike. And that's going to be the third Oak Hill batter that gets hit today. As Bailey Hildebrand will take her spot in the batter's box. And she'll look at a strike. And wow, that was right in the gut. So another hit batsman for Oak Hill. So that'll load the bases in perhaps the most painful way imaginable. This will bring up Kennedy King here with 2 out. Okay, so that's that's a bit perplexing, as Kennedy King will not be coming up. Instead, Bailey Hildebrand will need a bat again because that was strike 2. I must admit I am as perplexed as you. O2 count now. That's a ball. That's a foul. So now a pause here as Buckhannon-Upshur's catcher, I'll have to go get her name again, Peyton Brown, speaking to her coaches about what I am not privy. But it looks like there might be a change behind the dish here. And while we get all that sorted out, let's take a pause. And we'll get all the particulars when we come back right here on the New River Network. Okay, so it appears that Fry is back behind the dish down number 10 for Buckhannon-Upshur, as it's now a 2-2 count to Bailey Hildebrand, who, mind you, by all accounts of most people in this ballpark, should be on first base, but it was called a strike, and now it's a 3-2 count to Bailey. She might still make her way down to first, but it will be, my gosh, it'll be about 5 or 10 minutes after the initial hit by pitch. It's been a crazy game so far here, and we're only in the bottom of the second as she does indeed strike out, and that will end the inning. We go to the top of the third. Hopefully it'll be a lot more normal inning. We'll see if we can get that going on the New River Network after this.
Charity Talbot.
Charity Talbot will lead things off here for Buckhannon-Upshur in the top of the third. The first pitch to her is a tick inside for ball one. She's 0 for 0 in the ball game. She walked her first time up. That's into left. What a catch out there! Quickly one gone here in the Buckhannon-Upshur third.
Now batting number 5, Leah Bryant.
So Leah Bryant will take her first cuts of, second cuts of the game. She flew out to right her last plate appearance in the first inning. That one's up the middle. They'll go over to first for the out. Then I'll bring up the new catcher, Christine Fry.
Now hitting number 10, Christine Fry.
That one bounces to the plate, and it's ball one. Inside and over the head of Christine Fry for ball two. That's in there, strike one. It's a ball, 3-1 count now. You don't want to walk anyone but you, especially don't want to walk the number 9 hitter. That's in there, strike two. Full count pitch to Christine Fry on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike three. She struck her out. And it is a normal 1-2-3 inning for the Buccaneers. We go to the bottom of the third. Oak Hill trying to capitalize and get on the board here. You're watching Oak Hill Softball on the New River Network. So Kennedy King will indeed lead off the bottom of the third after we do eventually roll things back over to the top of the order. That's a foul ball on 1 on Kennedy. A 1-1 on a foul ball to Kennedy King. Second pitch rather, is a strike as well. It's 0-2. 0-2 to Kennedy King. That's way outside. 1-0. Or 1-2, I beg your pardon. I'll get there eventually, folks, I promise. That's in the center field for a base hit. So Kennedy leads off the bottom of the third with a single and gets an Oak Hill runner on.
Now batting, number 11, Peyton Farrell.
They'll bring up Peyton Farrell. Show bunt. Pull it back. And then I'll send Kennedy down to first. Down to second. Time call. Because I'm empty of that one, and it's 1-1 on Peyton Farrell. One and two now. With no one out here. Swung on and missed strike 3. Peyton goes down on strikes. That's the first out for Buckhannon-Upshur here in the bottom of the third. And that now brings up KK Smith.
Now batting, number 3, KK Smith.
Looks at the strike. It's a ball outside and a little bit high, for that matter. Runner at third now, and it's a 1-2 count to KK Smith. Swings and misses at that one, and it's a second strikeout of the inning, second out of the inning. And up comes Amy Hollinsworth trying to get Oak Hill on the board.
Now hitting number 13, Amy Hollinsworth.
That's a tick outside for ball one. Missed as well, ball two. Run will score, and everybody's safe.
Pitch runner for the Red Devils, number 23, Lizzie Shuck, running for Hollinsworth.
Lindsay Shuck will be running for Amy, and that'll bring up Riley Dial.
Now batting, number 5, Riley Dial.
That's a strike to Riley to begin her at bat. She's one of the 3 Oak Hill players that have been hit by a pitch tonight. And she slaps that foul. 1-1. Or 0-2 rather, I beg your pardon. With Shuck over there at first, she'll try to keep the inning alive. And that's in the dirt. Nothing doing over there at first. Now it's a 1-ball count to Miss Dial. Shuck steals second. And as a result, it's a runner's in squamped situation, but Riley got caught looking at that one at strike 3, and that will end the inning. Let's go to the top half of inning number 4. It's a 4-1 ball game on the New River Network. Braylee Squires will lead off the top of the 4th for the Buccaneers. First pitch to her is outside, 1-0. It's a little high for ball 2. Three-0 count now to the leadoff hitter, who is 1 for 2 in the ball game with a strikeout and a double, is Miss Squires. And that's a walk. So Brayley's reached base twice tonight, and that'll get Buckhannon-Upshur the leadoff runner on for Peyton Brown.
Now batting number 14, Madeline Tucker.
As Madeline Tucker will be hitting for her, and that's a pass ball, and the runner will move down to second. Comes up empty at that one, 1-1. with the ball. Two one count. That's a 3-1 count. Now they look down on the third, but Squires wasn't feeling it. Gonna be a strikeout. They'll bring up Kennedy Marple.
Now batting number 1, Kennedy Marple.
Foul ball. Into the outfield, and it drops right in the middle and right center field. They're going to wave the runner around third. And Buckhannon-Upshur is back on the board. It is now 5-1. And that's a one-out triple for Kennedy Marple. Courtesy runner in for her is number 1.
Number 4, Madison
Oh,
Devonshire.
not a courtesy runner. She's just, I guess, had to get some equipment off of her hands or something. I missed it, so that's on me for speculating. As Madison Devonshire looks at ball 1. Fouls that off. And it's a 1-1 count now. Foul ball. So it's a 1-2 count now on Navanshu. And McKay Smith, this will be a huge out to get for the Red Devils. That you can finish her off right here. That's grounded back out to third. Run scores. And everybody is safe. Now she's out. But the run does come across. And it's 6-1. Buckhannon-Upshur.
Now batting number 11, Becca Pastorius.
Then bring up Becca Pastorius. One rolls the plate a little bit, and it's ball 1. That's in the air to left. Oh my goodness. As the runner scampering into third. It's a triple for Pastorius. We're going to check on the left fielder. All right.
Now batting for the Lady Buccaneers, number 13, Zoe Burr.
We'll bring up Zoe Burr now for Buckhannon-Upshur. That's foul. Oh, and 1 to Miss Burr. It's ball. Strike 2 to Burr. And KK Smith is but 1 strike away from getting out of the inning, albeit with 2 runs conceded. That's in the air to center. That's caught out there in center, and that will be that. But it is now 6-1 Buckhannon-Upshur. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Oak Hill got to get some runs on the board. They'll try to do that here in the bottom of the 4th on the New River Network. So Kinley Scott will lead things off here for Oak Hill in the bottom half of the 4th inning. And she looks at a strike 0-1. Oh, 2 now to Scott. That's a little high for ball 1. Strike 3 called on the outside edge. And that's the first out. It brings up Ava Emery.
Now batting, number 8, Ava Emery.
It's a foul ball, 0-1 to Ava. Two strikes now on Ava Emery. swung on and missed strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. And it brings up Cadence Donnelly trying to keep the inning alive here, 4-0 kill.
Now hitting number 1, Cadence Donnelly.
Shows bunt and fouls it back on 1. Offers it that one, and it's 0-2 now quickly to Cadence. That's one's outside, and it's 1-2. Kind of chopped at that, and it's a foul ball. We'll do it again. So the 1-2 count to Cadence Donnelly. And that's grounded out to third. She'll go over to first with it, and that will end the inning. So we've played 4. We go to the top of the 5th. It's 6-1, Buckhannon-Upshur. Charity Talbot will lead off the top of the 5th here at Oak Hill. Her team currently leads it 6-1, and she slaps this one right to the shortstop. 1 gone.
Now hitting number 5, Leah Bryant.
Leah Bryant is the next one up, and she looks at the ball 1-0. Back out to the center circle, and that's a 1-3 put out to make it the second out. And that will bring up Christine Fry.
Now batting number 10, Christine Fry.
Good job, KK.
Ball to Christine Fry. As we play the road half of inning number 5. Foul ball, 1-1. That's what a play over there at third. And they get the out. I thought for sure that was going to be ruled at just a dead foul ball, but no. They get the out. And it's time for the home half of the fifth after this on the New River Network. Spring Hildebrand will lead things off here for Oak Hill in the bottom of the fifth. And that's in there, strike one to Bailey. It's a ball. 1-1. Oak Hill presently down by 5 runs, and they're running out of outs to do something about it. Right now they find themselves with 9 outs to play with. And that's popped up. And that's an out. They'll round things back up to the top of the order with Kennedy King. Or the Red Devils.
Now batting number 30, Kennedy King.
That's outside, ball 2. That's in there for a called strike. 2-1. Foul ball. 2-2 now to Kennedy King. Swung on and missed strike 3, and Kennedy is down on strikes for the second out.
Now hitting number 11, Peyton Farrell.
Brings up Peyton Farrell now. She'll show bunt, pull it back nearly immediately, and she'll watch ball 1 as that ball rolls back near to the backstop. Foul ball. One count to Peyton Farrell. That's a little high for ball 2. And one gets away, but it comes to no harm other than a 3-ball, 1-strike count with no one on base. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on. Into the outfield, it drops. So Peyton Farrell gets on. And the inning stays alive here for Oak Hill. And that'll bring up KK Smith.
Now batting for the Lady Red Devils, number 3, KK Smith.
That's a foul ball down the first base line. 0-1 on KK Smith. And she is out at first. So that'll do it for Oak Hill in the bottom of the 5th. They've only got 6 outs left to play with in this one. And we'll see if they can hold Buckhannon-Upshur and keep that at just a 5-run deficit. We go now to the 6th. It's 6-1 Buccaneers.
Buccaneers, number 6, Brayley Squires.
We're back to the top of the Buckhannon-Upshur order. It's Brayley Squires who will lead things off. She struck out, doubled, and walked in this one, and she finds herself behind 0-1 here in her 4th at-bat of the game. And one misses for ball 1. And one misses, ball 2. Two-one count now to Brayley Squires, and she'll watch it for ball 3. As Oak Hill in danger of having the leadoff runner on again. The 3-1. That's in there, strike 2.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
3-2. That's grounded out. On the short end, that will be the first out of the inning. And that rounds us back out now.
Number 14, Madeline Tucker.
As Madeline Tucker will get her second at bat of the ball game, having struck out the last time she was up. That's a ball inside, 1-0. Foul ball, 1-1. That's in there. And it's a 1-2 count now on Madeline Tucker. That's foul. So we'll do it again.
One ball, two strikes.
That's in the center field, and that's gone. Madeline Tucker leaves the ballpark, and it's now 7-1. Buckhannon-Upshur to straightaway center.
Now batting, number 1, Kennedy Marple.
They'll bring up Kennedy Marple. It's a ball. Grounded over to third, and they'll not get the out. Instead, she's safe at first.
The ball's in hand. Go. Now hitting number 4, Buckhannon-Upshur.
So Buckhannon-Upshur will step into the batter's box here. With 1 on and 1 out. Runner is going.
I've got three.
And Marple will find her way all the way to third. As Marple swings and puts that one in the air to left, it's caught. Becca Pastorius.
Now batting for the Lady Buccaneers, number 11, Becca Pastorius.
Will be the Buccaneer hitter. Let's see. She flew out, popped out to second. She walked, and I have her reaching on an air. As they'll go over to first for the out. But another run scores. And it's now 7-1 Buckhannon-Upshur. We're going to the home half of the 6th inning. So Amy Hollingsworth will lead things off here for Oak Hill. It's a ball to Amy. Foul ball. That's a foul ball once again. Two count now on Amy Hollingsworth. And that one, I think, got her. Yes, it did. So courtesy run here is Lindsay Shuck will head over and run for Amy.
For Hollingsworth. Number 23, Lizzie Shuck.
Lizzie Shuck, I beg your pardon.
For the Lady Red Devils, number 5, Riley Dial.
Riley Dial will stand in here for Oak Hill. And she'll look at a strike, and Buckhannon-Upshur will look down to first and see Shuck was not going. Nearly caught Shuck napping down there, but she is back safely as it's a ball on Riley Dial. It's a ball as well on Riley Dial. Oak Hill down to their final 6 outs in this one, trying to overcome a 6-run deficit. That's a foul ball again. That'll be a 2-2 count now on Riley Dial. That is a foul ball. No.
Now batting, number 18, Kinley Scott.
Gonna bring up Kinley Scott. Here with 1 down now for the Red Devils. And that ball gets away. Bunt shown, fouled back, and a foul ball. Kinley Scott gets back in the batter's box and fouls that back. It's a 1-2 count now. That gets through into right field, a base hit, and he called her out. Well, mark that down as one you don't see very often, a 7-3 putout. Lead runner will go to, well, the only runner right now will go to third.
Now batting number 8, Ava.
And that brings up Ava Emery. And Ava comes up empty at that one. Swings and misses at that one, and it's quickly an 0-2 count on Ava Emery. It's ball outside. Swung over to third. They'll go to first for the out, and they get it. So with that, we go to the 7th. It's 7-1, Buckhannon-Upshur. So Zoe Burr will lead things off in the top half of the 7th inning. As Oak Hill in desperate need of a clean inning here as Zoe swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. To keep it a 6-run deficit in the bottom half of the frame. Swings and misses at that one does Zoe, and she is now behind 0-2. Popped and foul out amongst the crowd. Perhaps partway to the soccer field, depending on where it went. I didn't see it. I could never have seen it. But perhaps someone with a better view could have. That's a ball. It's a ball as well. And it, is now a 2-2 count on Zoe Burr. That's inside. It's a 3-2 count now as Zoe's worked it full. See if KK can get her out right here. Indeed she can. Strike 3 called. And that is a big out for the Red Devils, and they'll bring up Charity Talbot.
Now batting number 8, Charity Talbot.
That's foul. 0-1 on Charity. That's foul. So Charity's now down 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And again, I emphasize the importance of that. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th. That's a ball outside, 1-2. For Oak Hill due up in the bottom of the 7th, I have it being Donnelly, Hildebrand, and Kennedy King, the 8-9-1 in the Oak Hill order. That's in the air, out to the left, down for a base hit and then some. And it's a 1-out, a 2-out, yes, a 1-out double for Charity Talbot. Gonna bring up Leah Bryant. No, a different player. Let's see. We have number 12, Carson
Number 12,
Karakoff.
Carson Karakoff.
Yes, Carson Karakoff will take a bat. It's a ball low. They'll look down to second, but nothing really doing. It's on the ball.
Let's go, KK. You got this, honey.
Foul ball. Three-one count now to Carson Karakoff.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Schmidt went on the ground to second. They'll go over to first. Runner will move over to third. And that'll bring up Christine Fry.
Now hitting for the Lady Buccaneers, number 10, Christine Fry.
And Christine looks at strike one and caught the outer edge. And that is in the air to center field. And it will be caught out there, and that'll end the inning. Last chance upcoming here for Oak Hill in this one. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It is a 7-1 ball game. Ava Pomeroy will lead things off for Oak Hill. And she's down 0-1. Last chance here for Oak Hill in the bottom of the 7th, and Ava finds herself down 0-2. 0-2 to Ava Pomeroy is a tick outside for ball 1. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Ava's down on strikes. And Bailey Hildebrand
Now batting,
is
number
up for the Red Devils.
Bailey Hildebrand.
Has to get out of the way of that one. She does, but it is a ball. If you look in the score sheet tonight, you might see that she struck out in the 2nd. My goodness, as she comes up empty on that one, 1-1. Bailey was involved in one of the weirdest plays I think I've ever seen. It looked for all the world like she got hit with the pitch. She walked down to first, only to find out that the umpire said she offered and called it a strike. Just did there, except she did offer, and it's 1-2. So after all that, she ends up with the strikeout. After being on base, only to have it called back. That's a ball inside, 2-2 now to Bailey Hildebrand. Able to slice that foul and stay alive here. That one's grounded over to second. No one's there, and she's safe at first.
Now batting, number 30, Kennedy King.
So to bring up Kennedy King here now. That's inside, runner goes. That ball gets into the outfield, just barely though. But Bailey does have a stolen base for her credit. And it was a ball against Kennedy King. That one slapped foul. 1-1 now to Kennedy. She's 1 for 3 tonight. She's grounded out to third, struck out, and single. Not necessarily in that order. That's another foul ball, and it's now a 2-strike count on Kennedy King. Swung on and missed. And Kennedy's down on strikes. And indeed, Oak Hill are down to their last out in this one.
Now batting, number
That'll be
11,
Peyton Farrell.
Peyton Farrell.
That's into center field.
You really called her out?
The game's over.
Run home! Run home!
Apparently, due to a collision between second and third, the runner was called out. Hence, it would be the third out. So let's sort this out. First and third, 2 outs, they say. What chaos here in Oak Hill. That'll bring up KK Smith. As it seems like first and third, 2 outs, fella. How hard can it be?
Girl hit the ball. The batter is on first. The runner on second is on third. That's right.
So they'll take a run off the board. It's still 7-1. Scoreboard had it 7-2 Buckhannon-Upshur, but it is indeed still 7-1. Runner is on first, and the initial runner is still on third.
Number 3, KK Smith.
Throughout all that, Oak Hill still have a lifeline, but KK Smith is still representing the last out of the game, potentially. There's always that potential in this sport, don't you know? She'll show bunt, pull it back, and look at a strike. And they'll give Peyton Farrell a second on defensive indifference. That is popped up, and that is how the ball game ends. This time I can say it with certainty. So Buckhannon-Upshur gets a 7-1 win here over Oak Hill in a regional game. I mentioned this a little earlier, as weird as it is to think. This is indeed a regional contest between these two. And with that, we thank you as always for tuning us in. We are all, as always, grateful for your viewing here as we say so long from Oak Hill. Once again, our final score, Buckhannon-Upshur 7, Oak Hill 1. For Chase Berry running camera, I am Lucas Berry saying thank you so much for watching again. Again, I say this, thank you a lot. We really are grateful you've tuned us in. We'll see you next time right here on the New River Network.
Fans, that concludes tonight's contest. Your final line scores for the game. Buckhannon-Upshur High School, 7 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, 7 left on base. And your Lady Red Devils, 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error, and 7 left on base. Catch the Lady Red Devils on the diamond at home again next Monday, April 13th, as they face South Charleston High School. First pitch at 5:30. As always, we ask everyone to buckle up and drive safely to your next destination. Good night, everybody, and on Red Devils.